Hi guys, it's William from AllTechTrail here again. Today I'm going to show you a case from Fractal Design. It's the Define R4. I'm going to use this case for my next build, and I will show you the unboxing today and just a bit of the overview of the case. Take you around the case, see what it looks like inside and outside. So let's get to it. So the case itself is pretty big. Very nicely packaged. Styrofoam on the bottom and the top. Just to prevent it from damaging the fabric. Let's get the plastic off. Okay, cool. Alright. Now before I do a close-up, case, I should stick this around, and we also have the user manual here. I think there's a warranty card as well. And the event of having received from the product content instructions as well. So much in the manual, but two pages in English and but the other let's do a close-up. Here it is, ladies and gents. On the front here, it's got a wrapping of like a glad wrap light. I'll take this away. So the finish is as I expected. It's polished. What is it? Titanium. So it's very smooth. I guess it's a bit sharp on the edge, but you know that's okay. Now how do I open it? So here it is. So this is the front panel. It's one of the things that I like about this case is it comes very well insulated. So you know whatever noise is making from the inside is not, you know, it's well insulated. So it's not going to hear a single noise coming from any of the fans from the inside. As well as, you know, it's pretty much like dust proof. So you know you do have some dust covers on the top, on the side, on the bottom, so I'll show you that a little bit later on. But first thing first, this is the 5 1/4. Either you use it or you don't. You do have two bays here. It's as simple as just snapping this off, and then it comes off very easily. Okay, so and this panel right here, I think this is a space for okay, how do you do this? Don't really want to break it, but okay. So it just snaps off very easily. This is the dust filter again that I was telling you about, and this is one of the reasons. You know, it comes very well designed. You do get two fans here on the 140mm on the front and I believe on the back. I mean, it's nothing special, but it does work. Okay, and I mean, even Fractal Design sell the fan on its own as a case accessory. So it doesn't have to be anything flash, but if it works, it works. Now there is a space to either mount a 140mm fan or a 120mm fan on the bottom, and I think all around the case, which is very nice. So let's put that back on, snap that back into place. Oh, hold on. Let's take this out again. So if you do want to clean the dust filters, so I didn't show you this before, I do apologize. So you just take that away, you know, run it under your sink, make sure it is dry before you put it back on. So, and then you just slide it in place. As easy as that. Piece of cake. I mean, like, it's very, very nice, you know, to have a case with a lot of ventilation, but it's another thing to have ventilation as well as dust filters. I mean, you know from that picture alone that the case manufacturers, in this case Fractal, has spent a lot of time thinking about designing the case. Not, you know, looking good is one thing, but making sure that it does work, its full potential without having a lump of dust by the first week or the first month is completely another thing. Okay, so just push it back, snaps into place again. You're not really forcing it to snap back in place, which is very, very nice. And also here, bring it forward. Also here on the top, here there is a fan controller, and I believe it's for the front fans. It's either 7 volts, 5 volts, or 12 volts. Again, that's kudos to Fractal. So let's have a look on the side. Oh, before I do that, let's have a look at the back. Okay, so thumb screws here on the back, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the other 140mm fan here on the back. You do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 PCI Express slots, and another one here if you do have those USB 3s expansion thingy. Can't remember the word, but anyway. I mean, you could put it there, so at least you don't have one sticking up at the front. Those very ugly looking things. So you can have it like very, very nicely hidden, away from the front of the fan. So in a way, cabling wise, you keep it to the bare minimum. As it's just whatever you have here on the top. That's what I forgot to show you. But anyway, so you do have this power on and off here. Okay, let me just. All right. So we'll go back to the top here. Okay, let's focus. So there is the power on and off, 2 USB 3s, 2 USB 2s, the reset button, headphone, microphone. So it's very, very cool. Alright, so let's have a look on the side. The case itself is not very heavy. It's just that somehow I have a hard time of lifting this case. But anyway, alright. So thumb screws off. Two thumb screws on either side. Let's put that to one side. Okay. So what you do here is just slide it back and then it comes off. So what I do like about it is I'm not sure whether you can see it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 slots on the top and on the bottom, and it's very, very easy to put it back on. You don't have to have. Some of those case fans have you have 4 slots, but there's ridges, and it's such a pain to put the side panel back on, because it's like you have to go through a jungle, and then you end up bending one of those pins and snapping it off. But anyway, look, doesn't really matter. I should show you on the side though what material they're using. So it's about maybe 3 or 4 mil thick. It's it's like sound deadening material. It's not as it's not as high tech as what they use in the recording studios, but it does work. Okay, it insulates the sound very good. I mean, even like I think Fractal is the only one that the side mounts for your fans and the top mounts for your fans. If you don't use it, it's covered. It is covered. So that again, it's just something different that Fractal offers as opposed to other case manufacturers. So where there's like millions and millions of holes, side, on the sides, top, bottom, front, whatever. But like if you have a loud fan, you'll hear every single decibel. Okay. So I'm just gonna put this to one side, maybe put it on the ground. Here it is. 3-pin for the fans here. USB 3s. Audio, reset, power, and then. As well, because there are some cable sets that I want you to see, as well as the cable management. Two thumb screws again, and then again it's very easy to take off, and you do have some more sound deadening material on the other side of the panel. Okay, now. Cable management wise is as good as it gets. Okay, I mean it's not one of those really flash ones, especially in the high-end cases today. But you do have a bit of space, and definitely a lot of areas where you can have a chance to tidy up your cables very nicely. Okay, now starting off from the right hand side, you do have a lot of space here where you can use cable ties. I do like at least the large holes here. They do have rubber grommets, and that's very nice again. I mean, apart from the whole set, obviously this one doesn't have rubber grommets, but I think even the motherboard that you're using, unless you're using a mini ITX, that they'll be covered anyway. I think, but anyway. What I do love about this is the depth of between the side panel and actually the motherboard tray. Okay, I'm not sure. Hopefully that should give you a fair amount of idea, but that depth alone, I mean, if you do have crazy epic amount of cabling here, 10 hard drives, I think shitloads of hard drives, like fans everywhere, even radiators, water cooling and all that kind of stuff. You do have a lot of space. I mean, you don't have to, squash all your cables in, just because the cases that you've used previously, you do have to sort of like literally sit on the side of your case to put these two thumb screws back on. But it's just cable management heaven here. So, what else? 3-pin here on the bottom. 3-pin here for the on the bottom here that you can use for the front fans. Anyway, what else? throw away the box, but anyway, I don't think you could mount an SSD on the side, but correct me if I'm wrong, but I could be wrong, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. You can use one or two SSDs, maybe in a RAID 1 or RAID 0 configuration, just because this is after all forward, and I'll use mechanical hard drive for backup or redundancy purposes. So put the two thumb screws back on. Now, what I did forget to mention is, there is, you could mount your power supply either the right way up or the wrong way up. It really depends on which one you prefer. Some people say it's the right way up is the wrong way up, but vice versa. But anyway, that's the bottom. Now again, there are spaces here to mount fans, I believe, yes. And then again, you do have some dust filters, okay, that I love. Yeah, you could mount 120mm fans or 140mm fans on the bottom, but it really depends on where you if you put this on the ground or close to the ground, you don't really want to suck all the dust that's on the ground. Okay, I mean, even though there is a dust filter, you don't really want to do that. Maybe you want to blow it to the ground, but again, you do have to play around with your where you want to have positive or negative air pressure. But over here on the bottom, I mean, there's 4, I guess, 4 feet that's chrome plated. It is plastic, but it's much nicer than one of the pieces out there from other manufacturers. So you always got a screwdriver here, so don't use your brute strength in everything. Make the tool work for you. So that's always the motto for these things. Now, the drop cages here, it is removable, so there's a lot of space for you. This is removable. There's 4 screws here that you can take out, and then it just frees up this. There's four screws. Sorry, there's 4 screws that hold this bottom cage up. You take these 4 screws on the bottom. One. Yeah, where is it? Yeah. 4 of them. If you do take them out, there are more space that you can mount your radiators. You can even move it to the side here. The possibilities are endless with this space. And I do like the design. I do like the simplicity, and I do like the small details that they put in this space. I mean, even I'm not sure whether you can see it, but even the screw hole here is brass, so it's not plastic or it's not steel. So like the cages, it's very, very well designed. It is steel. Okay, I think this is steel or aluminum. But anyway, it is steel, and it is sort of like the design of what else? I mean, it's not toolless, That's what I can say about it. I mean, you could mount your standard hard drive or your SSD, but you do have to screw it in. Okay, so it's not completely, I guess, quick. There's no hot swaps, but I mean, it really depends on what you want out of a case. I mean, do you want something that functions very, very easily, but it looks really, really shit? Let me just focus here again. Or do you want something that okay, so what I'll do is I'll probably, okay, what I'll do next is I'll take off the 4 screws here that holds this bottom cage up. Now, what I do love about the case is, first is the design, second, cost is not that expensive. You know, like, I was looking at a case where I may drop a couple of hints before of, you know, the case has millions of holes, like millions. You practically can see through the case with all the panels still on. Okay, so and then that was around maybe $90 or $80, and this was on special $120. So for 30 more bucks, you get a lot more case, you get a lot more design, you get a lot more, I guess, enjoyment out of the case. You know, on pure aesthetics wise, this case would just walk all over that case, like in any day of the week. Now, one of the, you know, you do have like mounted like a big cutout here for your CPU or your CPU cooler, so there's a lot of space. But again, you know, like it's just the flexibility. You know, it's you could mount 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7 fan around the case. You know, for a mid case fan, sorry, it's a bit for a mid case design. You know, seven fans. That's very, very well. That's extremely well. You know, not to mention it is designed to be a quiet fan. You know, it's not designed to be like a high flow fan. It is high flow if you have 7 fans, you know, going in and out of different places. But what I'm probably going to do is I'm gonna keep the factory fans on the front here, on the back. What I'm gonna do also is I'm gonna put one of the knockdown fans on the top, as well as maybe I'll put the other factory ones on the front, and then put the other knockdown here. So side by side, knockdowns, box your uncle. But look, that's it from me, guys. So stay tuned for the build, and hopefully you know, you've enjoyed this video. If you do like it, you know what to do. Please subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and stay tuned. I'll be going to CES in January, and hopefully I can showcase a few different products during the CES. But anyway, in the meantime, stay tuned, and all the best. See ya.